Hi, Farmer Smurf.
No, Handy.
Say, I just finished my chores, so how about a game of Smurf ball?
Can't. Have to mow these weeds. And they be driving me snuffy.
Hey, Jokey, join me for a swim?
Swim? Yeah, I have to cut all this firewood. And that's no joke.
Greedy Smurf, how would you like to?
Sorry, Handy, I'm too busy. What's Smurfing, Handy?
Forget it. If only there was a faster way for us Smurfs to get our work done. I know. I'll invent a way.
Why all the excitement, Smurfette? Ooh, Handy's fixing a surprise for us. I hate surprises.
Attention, Smurfs! You see before you an invention to take all the work out of work. A Clockwork Smurf!
Huh?
Just set Clockwork Smurf's button for whatever kind of work you have to do, and Clockwork Smurf will do it for you.
That contraption be as strong as 100 Smurfs.
Handy, old pal, can I use him next?
No, I have him next.
Hold it! I want Papa Smurf to have the honor of using him first.
Why, thank you, Handy. I do have a little kink in my back. Perhaps a gentle massage. A little to the right. A little to the left. Right there. I feel like a new Smurf.
Next.
Just a pinch less sugar in the next batch, Clockwork Smurf. I have to watch the old Smurf line, you know.
Oh, Clockwork Smurf, you can do so many things. I hate doing things that the Clockwork Smurf can do better. I wonder what makes this thing tick. I'll just sneak a peek. Oops.
Clockwork Smurf! Where are you?
Uh-oh.
Clockwork Smurf! Oh, there you are! Hey! Ow!
What's all the fuss out there? Yikes! Ow!
I don't understand. Where did I go wrong?
I don't know, but you must put things right again before the whole village is destroyed. I'm afraid we'll have to use force to stop him.
Poor Clockwork.
When I give the word, we'll pounce. Smurf him!
Sorry, Smurf. This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. My most brilliant creation, a failure. What could have gone wrong?
It wasn't your fault, Handy. You smurfed your best.
patiently wait. Tomorrow is Prince Gerard's 12th birthday, the day he officially becomes our new king.
It excites me to no end, Mrs. Sowerberry. A pity the poor little fellow has been so ill for so long.
Oh, yes, but he will be well enough to attend his coronation, won't he?
Mrs. Sowerberry, we can only pray.
Oh, how sad. But some hot food is just what he needs, so
Oh, he's still much too sick for visitors, but I shall see that he eats every drop.
Oh, thank you, milady. Oh, little Tark, he's been sick for so long.
Everything is going according to plan. By this time tomorrow, I, Imperia, shall be queen. Ha 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 ha! Ulrich!
You rang me, lady?
Here is something for your dog. Now, take this pot of disgusting gruel to the precious little prince, as usual.
Yes, milady.
And at midnight, when everyone's asleep, we will sneak the brat to the secret dungeon under the moat. Tomorrow, we will announce that his 3 years of illness have come to a final tragic end. Then, as the law decrees, I shall be crowned queen.
Good evening, your royal lowness. I bring you glad tidings. At midnight, we're moving you to chambers more befitting a young king.
Really?
Yes, a place without such drafty windows. In fact, with no windows at all.
Go ahead and laugh, Ulrich. I shall have my day.
Oh, you'll have many, many days, all spent in the dungeon. Enjoy your coronation feast.
What am I to do? What have they done? Put a snake in my gruel? What a clever little doll. I don't know how you got here, but you're stuck with me now. Me, the rats. Huh? What are you trying to tell me? You're not only clever, you're a genius. We must find someone we can trust and tell them the truth about Lady Imperia. Dear Mrs. Sowerberry, oh, am I glad to see you after all these years.
Who are you, child, and how did you get into this castle?
'Tis I, Prince Gerard. Remember?
Sure, and I suppose those rags you're wearing are the latest royal fashion.
But let me explain.
Here, young man, take these cookies and be gone.
But I can...
You'd best trot yourself home before the guards spot you. And don't sneak in here again.
But... Oh, it's no use. Who in the world would believe a ragamuffin like me could be a prince? If only I could find some friends.
Midnight. Time to escort Prince Gerard to his new royal chamber. All right, you little laggard. Time to... What? He's gone!
Mrs. Sowerberry, a terrible catastrophe has befallen us. The poor sick prince is gone.
Gone?
Yes, escaped. I mean, wandered off. The fever must have affected his mind.
Oh, no!
You haven't perchance seen any trace of the brat? My beloved nephew.
Oh, no, me lady. The only soul I've seen all night was a poor little peasant boy babbling some nonsense about being a prince.
That was he! Oh, the poor dear is so ill, he sometimes thinks he's a peasant and dresses accordingly.
Which way did he go?
I saw him heading for the forest with a strange little toy doll.
A doll? I told you he was to have no toys. Well, we'd better go and find my dear nephew and see that he's properly taken care of. When we catch that brat, we'll lock him in a prison from which he'll never escape. And then we'll throw his little doll to the fire.
It's the prince! Fang's picked up the scent!
Excellent! That little brat Gerard will soon be locked up again. Ha!
Here! Get up now! Hold on! All right! Get up!
They're after us. We'll never outrun them. Perhaps we should face them like men. If only we were men. You want to cross that river? You must be daft. Hang on, little friend, and try to keep your nose dry.
I'm afraid Fang has lost the scent, milady.
Then he will just have to find it again. Across the river!
I just don't get it. What could have gone wrong? My poor Clockwork Smurf lying out there broken. Bye, Smurf. I'm gonna get him on his feet again. Huh? Papa Smurf! There's a human in the village!
Please don't be afraid. We mean you no harm.
Who are you, and what do you want?
I may not look it, but I am a prince. Prince Gerard. Tomorrow should be my coronation day as king, but my evil aunt, Lady Imperia, wishes to take the crown for herself. Thanks to your Clockwork Smurf, I escaped the prison tower in which she's been keeping me. But unless we stop Imperia and her henchmen before it's too late, both my kingdom and I will be doomed.
Your Majesty, I, Smurfs, and I will be honored to help you in any way we can.
Yeah! Look at my right! And look at my left!
Hold it, Smurfs, hold it. First, how about a nice bath and some clean clothes, Prince?
Oh, thank you. And something to eat?
Now you're talking, Prince. Oh. I could use a little midnight snack myself. Follow me.
I just wanted to say what you've done for the prince is really Smurfy. A real father couldn't be more proud.
Don't worry, milady. We'll keep the home fires burning for our little lost prince. Eh, gents?
Splendid! With this brush cleared, no one will be able to pass this way without being seen. Now I must return to the castle to prepare for my coronation. When you catch the little scoundrel, you know what to do with him.
That we do, milady. That we do.
Oh, what a night. But it was worth it. Smurfs, I believe this glowberry formula will save the prince and his kingdom.
Oh, but Papa Smurf, he's no longer a prince. They represent His Majesty, King Gerard. Long live the new king! Long live the new king!
Thanks to you all, now I not only feel like a king, I look like one too.
Then it's time you return to your kingdom to claim your crown. This glowberry formula will get you safely past your enemies. accompany you. Ah, Clockwork Smurf. Your job is the most important and dangerous of all. You are to run ahead as a decoy to lure Imperia and her men on the wrong course. Now, the effects of this potion only last 2 hours, so let's get smurfing.
That's Prince Gerard's toy doll. After him! Come back here, you miserable mutt. The little doll went that way.
Sir, look, the boy's footprints. He's gone that way, with a whole army of those little dolls.
We must catch them before they reach the kingdom. To the horses!
We want the prince! We want the prince! We want the prince! We want the prince!
My dear people, with the heaviest of hearts, I regret to inform you that last night my beloved nephew, Prince Gerard, passed away in my arms. But just before the dear child slipped away, he whispered his final wish to me, that I, Imperia, take the crown in his place as new ruler of the kingdom.
Hurry, hurry!
We're catching up!
I hate catching up. Oh, look at Prince Gerard.
Papa Smurf, what happened? It hasn't been 2 hours yet.
I feared this might happen. I've never had to figure the exact dosage for a human before.
There he is! We have you now, you sneaky little whelp! Stand fast!
No! Run fast! We'll handle him!
Run him down, men!
Henceforth, I shall be your majesty, Queen Imperia. Stop! Prince Gerard!
My people, I am very much alive. Princess Imperia kept me imprisoned all these years to trick you into crowning her queen.
Let me explain. I had your best interests at heart. Truly, I did. Wait! Stop! You're making a grave mistake!
Milady, what's happened? Long live the king! Long live the king!
Oh, thank you, Smurfs. This happy day is only possible because of you. On behalf of my entire kingdom, I present you with this award for your valor and bravery.
Long live the Smurfs! Long live the Smurfs! Long live the Smurfs!
I'll eat to that. We are deeply honored, but in all fairness, this medal belongs to Clockwork Smurf. It is this little doll with the big heart who is the true hero. And now, as you begin the business of tending to your kingdom, so we Smurfs must return to ours.
Farewell, little Smurfs. I will never forget your kindness.
Goodbye, Clockwork! work, Smurf. And don't forget to oil your gears.
Lower away, Hefty.
Hey! Good work, Vanity. Soon we'll have enough nuts for the winter. And I just love nuts. Yum.
Here's a special nut just for you, Greedy.
Gee, thanks.
Surprise, surprise!
Very funny. What was that?
I don't know.
E-flat?
It sounded like a horn.
Humans! That's odd. What would humans be doing in this part of the forest? Baby! Hey! Yikes! Yow!
Oh, Papa Smurf, what a mess! Did you see the size of that snake?
Yeah! We've got him now, lads! Follow me!
Is every Smurf all right?
Papa Smurf, why are those humans chasing that beautiful stag?
I'm afraid they mean to kill it, Smurfette.
Kill it? But why?
Yeah, why? They are hunters.
Oh, those horrible humans! Just who do they think they are?
Well, one of them was King Gerard's second cousin, Malcolm the Mean. He is the greatest hunter in all the realm.
Oh, that poor dear! We've got to save it, Papa Smurf!
But how? I've got an idea. Smurf me up into the tree, Hefty.
What are you going to do, Harmony?
You'll see.
That cunning buck doubled back, but he'll never get away! Yeah! Yeah!
It worked!
Hey! The deer is saved!
Smurfette, look out! Hey! Wow! Huh?
Faster, you fools! Faster! He mustn't escape!
Are you all right, Smurfette?
I'm all right, but what happened to Harmony?
There he goes.
Yeah! Yeah!
Great Smurfs, he's gone.
Poor Harmony!
What'll we do now, Papa Smurf? We must follow Harmony and rescue him before he's discovered. I'll go.
Me too! Yeah, it sounds like fun!
It may well be very dangerous. The rest of you gather up these nuts and return to the village immediately.
Yes, Papa Smurf!
We'll be back as soon as possible.
Yeah! Yeah! Goodbye! Be careful! Oh, poor Harmony. I hope they can find him, baby.
That's no use! These stupid dogs you trained have lost the scent. We'll have to return to the castle and try again tomorrow. Come! Yes, Sir Malcolm. Yeah! Yeah!
I tell you, there is absolutely nothing to worry about, Smurfette. Wherever they are, I'm certain Papa Smurf and the others are just as safe as we ourselves are right here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if... Ah! What's that? Who's there? Oh, it's you! You frightened us! Are you all right? Oh, you've hurt yourself, you poor thing! Come with us to the village, and maybe we can help you. It isn't far. Follow me.
Hey, Clumsy, hurry up with those other branches.
Here I come, Handy. Here I...
Hey, look out! Whoa, wow!
Oh, gosh! Are you all right, Vanity?
Maybe I should lie down. My color's not too good.
Oh, gee! I'm the same color as you, Vanity. Maybe I ought to lie down, too.
Are you feeling better? Papa Smurf's moss balm should help your foot a lot.
And these goodies will help you keep up your strength.
Greedy. Deer do not eat Smurf berry tarts. They are exclusively herbivorous, which means they can only digest a diet of leaves, twigs, flowers, or grass. No doubt about it.
He likes it.
That's impossible. I just don't understand it.
You know, Greedy, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something kind of familiar about this deer.
I cannot believe these worthless dogs let it get away. But, Sir Malcolm, enough! Tomorrow we capture that black stag, or by thunder, it's the dungeon. Yes, Sir Malcolm. Yes, Your Grace.
Oh, begging your pardon, Sir Malcolm, but have you heard any word from King Gerard?
No, Mrs. Sowerberry, I have not.
Well, I know I shouldn't worry so, but it's just not like His Majesty to have left so sudden-like without even saying goodbye.
There was great urgency, Mrs. Sowerberry. Affairs of state.
Oh, well, you know, I'm so fond of His Highness and that dear little Clockwork Smurf that whenever they're away, I just naturally feel that...
Yes, Mrs. Sowerberry, I quite understand. Now, I must retire, madam. The hunt resumes early tomorrow.
Oh, sleep well, your lordship.
So, she misses you, dear cousin. They call me Malcolm the Mean, you know. But what would they call me if they saw my latest trophy? What a prize! But my greatest prize is yet to come. The black stag. For when it is mine, I shall become king. Is that not true, dear cousin? With my magic amulet, I've turned you into a deer, and now your loyal subjects are hunting down their own king!
Poor King Gerard.
After tomorrow's hunt, the throne will be mine. So until tomorrow, dear cousin, pleasant dreams, wherever you are.
Clockwork Smurf! Clockwork Smurf! It's no use. I've got to get help before it's too late.
Just as I thought. Harmony's tracks lead directly to King Gerard's castle.
Then Harmony must be in there.
Look, there he is.
It's Harmony.
Papa Smurf! Papa Smurf!
Harmony, are you all right?
Oh, Papa Smurf, I'm so glad I found you. That mean Malcolm the Mean has captured Clockwork Smurf, and he's going to do away with King Gerard.
What? How do you know?
He has a magic amulet, and he turned King Gerard into a deer, and he's going to try to catch him tomorrow.
The stag. This must not be. If we can get that magic amulet, perhaps we can break the spell.
We'll smurf that amulet away from him.
Yeah, he'll never know what smurfed him.
Oh, won't that be kind of dangerous?
We must try, Harmony. It's King Gerard's only hope.
And Clockwork's, too.
I guess you're right. Follow me! This way.
Come on!
Wow, what a strange place. I've never seen anything like it. The animals are so still.
I'm afraid these are just stuffed animals, Hefty.
What do we do now, Papa Smurf?
First, we'll try to revive Clockwork. Then we'll find Malcolm's amulet. All right, now every Smurf, lift on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, Smurf! Too bad Handy isn't here. He'd know just what to do. Perhaps if I turn this switch... see now. Ah! Are you all right? Yes, we know all about Malcolm's evil plan. We'll have to distract those dogs so Harmony and I can get the amulet.
Leave it to us, Papa Smurf.
There it is, Papa Smurf.
Shh. I'll get you, Gerard, you puny little...
Let's go.
Huh?
Oh, this is funny.
What is going on here?
You can't catch me. Now, this is not funny. Not funny at all.
Well, what a surprise.
It's a surprise.
Where's Jokey? Oh, no!
I hope you like it.
Huh? Well, find him, you idiots!
It's locked, Papa Smurf.
Poor Jokey, what'll we do?
Good idea, Clockwork. See if you can open the latch, Hefty.
Right, Papa Smurf. It's open. Find that thing, you worthless hounds!
Jokey?
It's got to be here somewhere.
Jokey?
Coming, Papa Smurf. That was definitely not funny.
Hurry, my little Smurfs. We must get this amulet back to the village. What's that, Clockwork? Yow!
He said, watch your step.
Great Smurfs, the amulet! After it, my little Smurfs, quickly!
Hey!
Not in
You're Smurf out of my way!
Out of my way. Ow.
My word!
Maybe I should have stayed home. Help!
Pull, Clockwork! Pull! Phew. How is every Smurf?
We're all right, Papa Smurf.
You can always count on us, Papa Smurf.
Jokey, look out!
Oops.
Now look what you've done. Can any Smurf see it?
It's too dark down there. What'll we do?
If we had a light and some rope, perhaps we could fish it out.
Well, what are we waiting for? Come on!
Gently now, my little Smurfs. That's the way. Well, let's hope we don't run into any more unexpected surprises on the way home.
Mrs. Sourberry,
Sir?
have you seen my amulet?
No, Sir Malcolm.
It's missing. Have the servants search every room in the castle immediately.
Yes, Sir Malcolm.
I must find that amulet. Without it, I could lose my power over Gerard. Well, have you found it?
We've searched the castle from top to bottom, Sir Malcolm.
And?
Your amulet is nowhere to be found.
Then we must find the black stag without delay. Do not escape me today.
Scissors. Now to see if the treatment was a success.
Your leg is all better, Mr. Deer. Now you can go back to the forest.
Whatever is he doing?
Why, he's drawing a picture. What? It looks like a castle.
But what does it mean?
What are you trying to tell us? Wait! Don't run away! You're safe here!
That's gratitude for you. As I was saying to Papa Smurf just the other day, it seems...
Papa Smurf!
And Clockwork! Oh, Clockwork, it's so good to see you! Tell me, how are all your gears? Oh, that's fine, fine.
My little Smurfs, there is not a moment to lose. We must find the black stag and bring it here to the village.
But Papa Smurf had just left.
What?
That's right! It was hurt, so we brought it here and took care of it.
Great Smurfs! That deer was King Gerard.
King Gerard? I knew there was something familiar about that deer.
We must find the king before the hunters do. I'll stay here and try to find a way to break the spell. Leave no stone unturned, my little Smurfs. His life depends on it.
Yes, Papa Smurf. King Gerard.
King Gerard?
Clumsy, what are you doing?
Well, Papa Smurf said to leave no stone unturned.
Oh.
King Gerard! Hello? King Gerard!
King Gerard!
Hurry, Grouchy! We've got to keep looking!
I hate looking. Where can he be? Look! Wait! Come back!
Yeah!
He's headed toward Gruyere Gully. Come on!
There he goes! He's getting tired.
Let's see. Cures for antler rust, open mouth, grazing neck. No, that's not right.
Oh no! He's trapped! We're too late!
The prize is mine. Steady now. Whoa!
Ah, here it is. Toe and buck, hind and heart, let the transformation start. Now cruel Malcolm's curse adjourn, and then let King Gerard return.
What in the... There he goes!
Wait! Don't shoot! It is I, King Gerard.
Your Majesty! But the black stag...
I want him captured alive.
Yes, Your Highness.
Thank you, dear friends. Once again, I owe you my life. If not for your kindness and the bravery of Harmony and my dear Clockwork, I might have been just another prize for Malcolm to hang on his wall.
And what will become of Malcolm now, Your Majesty?
I shall restore him to normal only after he's captured. Perhaps my cousin will have learned a lesson after the dogs have snapped at his own heels for a while.
Let's hear it for King Gerard! Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Now that's what I call cruelty to animals.
One for me, one for the basket. One for me, one for the basket. One for me,
Gee, Grouchy, this new Smurf berry patch has enough berries to feed the whole village.
Not if Greedy picks 'em.
What's that?
I hate that.
I wonder what it is.
Timber!
Smurf for your life!
Look, everybody, tree cutters. They're cutting down the forest.
We've got to tell Papa Smurf. Let's go. And the tree cutters are working right over there, Papa Smurf. Timber!
I don't understand, Papa Smurf. Everyone knows this forest is protected by King Gerard.
This is terrible. We must inform King Gerard at once.
I'll go, Papa Smurf. Feathers will take me. Oh, Feathers, we have to go to King Gerard right away.
I better go with you, Smurfette.
I hate tree cutters.
Oh, hurry, Feathers, hurry.
Goodbye, and be careful.
We will, Papa Smurf.
Come, my little Smurfs. Let's see what we can do to stop the tree cutters.
According to this map, the river will take our logs directly to the mill. It's perfect, Ludwig.
But boss, not. What if King Gerard finds out? Maybe we should go to another forest, yes?
Forget it, Sapbrain. These trees are huge. I'll make a fortune.
But they say this forest is enchanted.
Don't be ridiculous. Now get back to work. I want this entire area leveled by tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Timber! Something isn't done to stop these tree cutters. The animals will lose their home.
Yeah, not to mention our Smurfs.
We cannot wait for King Gerard. There isn't time. We must come up with a plan.
I've got a plan, Papa Smurf.
That's it, Handy. They're tools. They can't cut trees without tools. Now listen, my little Smurfs. I think I know a way we can stop the tree cutters.
Look, there's King Gerard's castle.
I hate flying.
All right, now, you all know the plan, so let's get Smurfing.
Hurry, Clumsy. We've got to untie these horses before someone sees us. Let's go, my friend.
There! Get up, horse! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Well, don't just stand there. Get those horses. Come back here.
Quickly, Smurfs, drag these tools away.
This thing is heavy, Papa Smurf.
Don't give up. Smurf with all your might. Whew. I wish King Gerard would hurry up and get here.
Are you sure you know where we're going, Brainy?
Of course. King Gerard's throne room should be just around this corner.
Oh, no! More soldiers!
It's Clockwork Smurf.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, Clockwork, you must take us to King Gerard.
Gone? What do you mean he's gone? I thought he took you everywhere.
Oh, I see. King Gerard is on a holiday at the beach and was afraid that the seawater would make Clockwork rusty.
I hate Rusty.
My brilliant mind has come up with an idea. Let's leave him a note. Dear King Gerard, tree cutters are smurfing your forest. You must smurf them before they smurf the Smurfs from Smurf Village. Smurfily yours, Brainy Smurf. Now, isn't that a masterpiece of clarity and brevity? Isn't that just...
Very Smurfy, Brainy. I'll just leave the note here on King Gerard's throne. We'd better get back to the village.
Why don't you come with us, Clockwork?
Keep trying, Smurfs. We must get these tools out of here before they return. We're trying, Papa Smurf. We've already moved this axe 5 feet.
Papa Smurf! Papa Smurf! The tree cutters have recaptured their horses!
So they're coming back! Quickly, Smurfs, cover the tools with leaves. Perhaps we can hide them from the tree cutters. Hurry, hurry!
But not! I tell you, I tied the horses myself.
Hurry, let's Smurf out of here.
Oh, yeah? Well, then how did they get untied?
Boss not! Boss not! Our tools are gone!
He's right. I left my axe right here.
First the horses, and now the tools are gone. What's going on around here?
It's ghosts. I told you this forest is enchanted.
Nonsense. They don't just disappear. The tools must be around here somewhere. Ouch!
Gee, the leaves must have blown over them.
That's right. Now get back to work, all of you. We're behind schedule.
So much for that plan. Now what do we do, Papa Smurf?
Maybe we won't have to do anything.
Look, it's feathers. I can't wait to hear the good news. You mean King Gerard is not coming? That's not the news I wanted to hear.
But we did bring Clockwork back to help us, Papa Smurf.
And welcome you are.
Yes, and I left King Gerard a very clear note, Papa Smurf. I'm sure he'll come just as soon as he reads it.
By then it may be too late. Do you have a plan, Papa Smurf?
Yes, I do. I'm afraid we have to evacuate the village.
Evacuate the village?
We have no choice. We must be prepared for the worst.
I hate the worst.
Papa's right. I'll get the wagons ready.
While you're all packing, Brainy, Hefty, and Clockwork will help me try to slow the tree cutters.
Keep working, Ludwig. We don't have much daylight left.
Yes, sir, Boss Nut. Whoops.
Yay!
Oh, no! Just what is going on here?
I told you this forest was enchanted.
Ludwig was right.
It must be ghosts. Let's get out of here.
Bah! Don't try to blame ghosts for your mistakes. Now we'll have to work through the night to make up for lost time.
You mean we'll have to stay here all night?
That's right, and I'll throttle the next man who mentions ghosts.
Ah!
Get off me, you numbskull, and get back to work!
Well, we slowed them down a little bit. What now, Papa Smurf?
I think I know how to get rid of these tree cutters for good. Quickly, my little Smurfs, back to the village.
Well, I guess that's everything.
Oh, Handy, leaving makes me so sad.
I hate leaving.
Goodbye, little village.
I have a new plan to stop the tree cutters, and we'll need every Smurf's help, particularly yours, Clockwork.
What do you want us to do, Papa Smurf?
Gather all the string you can find. We'll also need leaves and paint and brushes and wood. And hurry!
Hey, a spirit!
Ludwig, you fool, get back to work!
Okay, boss. Yikes! What was that?
It was a twig, Pine Brain. Now chop down that tree.
Maybe he's right. Maybe there are no ghosts.
We are the spirits of the forest. Be gone, tree cutter. Be gone. Leave our forest before it is too late.
Ghost!
What's going on here?
Ghost! The forest is filled with ghosts!
Nonsense. Remember what I said I'd do to the next man who mentioned ghosts? Now, what were you saying, Ludwig? Come back here, you fools!
You're the fool, tree cutter. And now you shall pay for your trespassing.
A ghost! Help! 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 Get off me! Help! Get away from me! Get away!
Mr. Knott,
Huh?
what is the meaning of this?
King Gerard!
I warned you to stay out of my forest.
But I...
Arrest this man, too. I want all of these men banished from my kingdom.
Oh, thank you, Your Grace. Thank you.
But first,
You and your men will plant 100 trees for every tree you have cut. Away with them! Clockwork, are you there? Smurfs, you can come out now. The tree cutters are gone.
Oh, King Gerard, you arrived just in time.
I would have been here sooner, but it took me a while to figure out what your note meant, Brainy.
Really? I thought it was quite clear.
Well, let's be thankful that the forest has been saved.
Yes, thanks to you Smurfs.
Well, as I always say, never fear. As long as there are Smurfs protecting these forests, these trees will stand forever. Except for this one.
You sent for me, Godfather?
I have heard it said that King Gerard has a little doll called Clockwork Smurf. Is that so?
Well, Godfather, I think so.
And he is very strong.
So it is said.
And he knows the way to the Smurf village.
So it is said.
Well, let me tell you something, Gargamel. We will visit this boy king. I will have this doll. It will lead us to the Smurfs, and I will have my gold.
Yes? Oh, it's you.
Big Mouth Lonely! Gargamel want to play?
Lonely? Play? Get out of here, you imbecile! Can't you see I'm packing?
Poor me lonely. Big Mouth have no friend.
My love, 'tis like a red, red rose. It seems to grow and...
Hi! Do you want to play? Big Mouth want to play?
An ogre!
An ogre! Run, children, run!
Why afraid of me? Everybody run! Big Mouth have no friend. Me so lonely.
You missed the Smurfs, Clockwork? I bet Handy thinks about you, too. Of course you may go. Just be sure and say hello to all the Smurfs for me. And be sure you pack enough oil.
Papa Smurf! Papa Smurf! Look what I've done!
Yes, Handy?
I've just invented a new machine that'll make Clockwork talk.
Amazing. What do you call it?
A voice box. May I take it to Clockwork Smurf and see if it works?
Why, of course you may. Oh, and take the Smurflings along. I think they'd enjoy meeting Clockwork.
Is it much farther, Handy?
I'm afraid it is.
I don't know why Papa Smurf thinks it'll be so much fun to visit a toy doll. Well, I'd like to meet him. I've heard he's brave.
He sure is, and he's lots of fun. You'll see, and once he's able to speak, he'll even be more fun.
Oh, I can hardly wait to meet him. Is it true he drinks oil?
Yep.
Is he smart?
Plenty.
Strong?
Very.
Big deal. Well, I've never met a king before.
Oh, poor me. I'm so lonely. No friends. Nobody loved Big Mouth. Hi, who you? Ooh, you want to play with Big Mouth? Be my friend? Ooh, Big Mouth happy. Me have friend now. Oh, ooh, Big Mouth love you. Big Mouth happy. No more sad. My new friend, he make me glad. Now listen to me, boy. Surely you are willing to sell me the doll?
No.
Perhaps you would consider loaning me the doll?
No.
Your Majesty, might I just see the doll?
I'm afraid that's not possible.
I take it, boy, you are unaware of my power.
You may leave now.
What?
Guards, throw them out.
You'll pay for this, boy.
Is it much farther?
There it is!
Wow, a real castle! Last one to the castle eats frogs!
Smurflings. I'll never understand them.
Well, Gargamel, what do you think of my Goliath? Isn't he splendid?
Oh, quite splendid indeed. Oh, quite splendid. Yes, indeed.
Insult me, will he? Throw me out, will he? Well, I'll have that Clockwork Smurf. Nothing can stop my Goliath. Nothing.
Ah, here it is. Mrs. Sourberry's very special Smurfberry cream pie, just for you.
My favorite. So what else is new?
I'm really sorry Clockwork isn't here.
If he was on his way to our village, it's hard to see how we could have missed him.
You promised us we'd meet him. You promised!
Snappy, will you please stop?
All right. How about a game of hide and go seek?
Splendid idea. And of course, you'll all spend the night.
Okay, Snappy, you're it.
Yay!
Am I dreaming? I wish we were. Call out the guard! Call out the guard!
Raise the door!
It's too heavy! Oh, but...
To the ramparts! Wake up the king!
Load the catapult! Heat the oil! Archers, prepare to fire on command!
Oh, I haven't had so much fun since Mummy took me to the beach and...
Quiet! Give me the toy Smurf, or I'll smash down the walls!
Fire!
You don't suppose they'd like to negotiate?
Too late for that! Big Mouth glad friend like oil too. Big Mouth sad. Friend must go. You no love me? Big Mouth only have one friend. You. You promise to come back? You go. Big Mouth wait here for you.
We must tell Papa Smurf. He'll know what to do.
Fire!
Godfather, don't you think we better leave now? It's time for Osriel's dinner, you know.
Enough!
All right, Zasset. Now, as soon as they let it go, you jump.
This is Smurf's work. I don't see why you're sending us sassats, because I'm the best swimmer.
No!
No, Handy isn't here. As a matter of fact, he went to see you. Haven't you seen him? He has a surprise for you. I don't understand how you missed each other. Hefty, why don't you get Clockwork some Smurfberry oil? He must be tired. Such a long trip.
Papa Smurf! Papa Smurf!
Sassette, what's wrong?
Oh, Papa Smurf, there's a huge giant trying to get into King Gerard's castle. And nobody can get out. And oh, it's terrible.
Yes, we must go immediately. Hefty, call Feathers.
The door can't hold much longer.
Zasset should be at the village by now.
But what can a toy do?
Don't underestimate Clockwork. He's very strong.
Friend, come back! Where you go?
King Gerard's castle! Hurry!
Wait, friend! Wait for Big Mouth!
Godfather, you said this would be easy.
Quiet!
You must all leave, now, while you can.
We'll not leave you. Our fate is in Clockwork's hands now.
I know he's strong, but surely you don't think Clockwork can beat the giant?
He's our only hope. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this.
Look behind you. Clockwork Smurf! But Godfather, if you destroy him, what about finding the Smurfs? What about the gold?
Challenge me, will he? Defy me, will he? What's this, Gargamel?
He hasn't got a chance.
There's always a chance.
My friend, you bad, you very bad.
Big Mouth!
No fair, no friend. Me lose only friend.
Pliers? Screwdriver? Tweezers?
Papa Smurf, will he be all right?
Let's hope so.
May as well add the voice box. There! Finished!
Big Mouth love friend. Friend love Big Mouth. Friend speak. Big Mouth happy.
Hi? That's all he can say is hi?
One step at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day.
How?
How wonderful to see you. I've been waiting. Oh, my beloved Princess Francesca.
My gallant King Gerard.
Oh, hello, Clockwork. Forgive me, my little friend. I forgot all about our fishing trip. And alas, I made other plans with the princess.
You're so kind, my king.
I'm sorry, Clockwork, but I don't want to play ball either. I just want to spend time alone with the princess. That's how it is when you're in love.
What do you think of my new Teeter Smurfer cradle, Papa Smurf?
It's most impressive, Andy.
Smurfaroo! And it sure beats rocking baby Smurf by hand. Teetering toadstools, look! It's Clockwork Smurf! Hiya, Clockwork! Thanks a lot, Snappy!
Hello, Clockwork!
Gee, Handy, it looks kind of blue!
Is something wrong, Clockwork?
You'd better examine it, Andy.
Nope, everything's working just fine.
It's time for baby's bath, Papa Smurf. It's nice to see you too, Clockwork.
Gee, Papa Smurf, whatever was bothering Clockwork seems to have mended itself.
Spiffy Sparrow, Smurfette. I'll go along to make sure there's lots of suds. No, Clockwork. You stay here with Handy. We don't want baby's bath water to rust your gears. Smurfaroo! It looks like his gears are already rusty.
He does seem a little under the weather, Papa Smurf, but mechanically he's in perfect shape.
I wonder.
Smurf right up and try my Smurfberry gumdrops. Oh, they're Smurflicious and they won't last long.
Yeah,
Clockwork, I never knew you liked candy. But Clockwork doesn't even have a stomach. Those gumdrops might clog up his gears.
Sounds like you're squeaky clean, baby Smurf. For me? Oh, why thank you, Clockwork.
Look, Papa Smurf, Clockwork's himself again.
So that's why he wanted the candy.
Gosh, Clockwork, where'd you get those Smurfy-looking gumdrops?
Come on, baby. We better get to Greenies before he eats all the goodies.
Wait for me, Sassette.
Oh, no! Huh? Oh, thanks for saving me from a crash landing, Clockwork. Would you like to ride the Tita Smurfer with me? Oh, I guess that was a yes.
Enough of the teeter smurfing. It's time for your portrait, Smurfette.
Sorry, Clockwork.
Clockwork, why don't you run along and have your portrait painted too?
Now I get the picture, Papa Smurf. Clockwork only cheers up when Smurfette is around.
Yes, Handy. Perhaps it's time you build a mechanical companion for Clockwork.
What a Smurfy idea! I'll build a Clockwork Smurfette.
A Clockwork Smurfette? Oh, Clockwork, isn't that exciting?
Wrench. Screwdriver.
Eager eagles, Clockwork, don't worry. It won't be long now.
All right, Papa Smurf, give it a try now. Oh, no!
What do we do now, Pappy?
I'm not sure, Sassette.
Neither am I, Papa Smurf. I've tried everything and failed.
Oh, calm down, Clockwork. I'm sure Handy's smurfing as fast as he can.
It's no use, Papa Smurf. I just can't make this Clockwork Smurfette work.
Flustered flounders, why don't we tell Clockwork Smurf?
I'll just have to smurf him the truth. I'm sorry, Clockwork, but
Hi! Grady thought you Smurfs might be getting hungry, so he sent me over with his cat. Smurf bar shortcake. Uh-oh, did I break something?
No! You got her working!
Oh, Clockwork, she's beautiful. Clockwork Smurfette, I'd like you to meet Clockwork Smurf. This is Handy, who made you, so Clockwork would have a friend.
Wait, hold on! I mean, let go! You're supposed to be Clockwork's girlfriend.
Belle de jour! Come, let me paint the Clockwork lovebirds together.
See you lovebirds later.
Hurry up with that dragon dust, Scruple.
Yeah, keep your tunic on. I'm coming.
One dip in this fly-high formula, and these wings will take me soaring over the forest to spot Smurfs. Ooh, I can't wait to bombard those little blue beggars.
Sure, Gargy, sure.
It's working! It's working! It's
A flat-out failure, that's what it is.
Ooh, this is lava dust, you dismal dropout, not dragon dust.
Look, Gargy,
Anyone can make a little mistake.
Ooh, you made a big mistake, you wrong-headed reject. You ruined my formula.
No! Stay away from me, Gargi! Leave me alone!
Yes, master.
Hey, Gargi, where are you going?
To leave you alone, whatever you say, I obey.
Wow! This mixed-up spell must have put him in a trance. And what a chance for some fun! Hey, Gargi, listen up!
Yes, master.
I command you to stand on your head and bark like a dog. Oh, that's rich! Oh, woof woof! That's a good one. Hey, Azrael? Uh-oh.
My, aren't we humorous today?
Gargi, listen, it wasn't my fault. You were under some kind of spell from that formula. Look, Gargi, I'll show you. Come here, kitty. Azrael, I command you to act like a chicken.
Unbelievable! What a spell!
The only problem is it doesn't last too long.
Just long enough to bring those miserable Smurfs right into my waiting arms.
Oh, you're abso-smurfly the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. I'll be right back with my watering can. La, 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 la. There you are. Oh, my flowers! Who could have done such an unsmurfy thing?
Clockwork, what are you doing here all by yourself? Well, where did your girlfriend go? Clockwork, Smurfette, we were just talking about you. Gee, thanks, but you really shouldn't have.
Handy Smurf, how could you? My flower bed is ruined. If you wanted flowers for your new girlfriend, you should have asked.
Whoa! Smurfette, wait! It's not what it looks like! Stop that! Clockwork, wait! Don't get upset!
Hurry up, Scruple. Time is wasting.
Gargi, where are we going? To a cookout?
Exactly, my obnoxious ne'er-do-well. Since the trance is short-lasting, we must be fast-acting and ready to saute those simpering Smurfs on the spot.
Well, I'm picking this spot to take a breather.
Breathe this, you back-talking buffoon. Now, let's move it.
Yes, master.
Oh, I could get used to this.
Monsieur Clockwork, sometimes the love is like the butterfly, pretty to look at and hard to catch. But I assure you, paint a picture of your sweetheart and she will fall madly in love with you. The canvas, she is all yours. Good luck, mon ami.
Yum! What a Smurf scrumptious-looking pie! I can hardly wait till it's cool enough to eat.
What in the Smurf are you doing behind there?
Shh! I'm hiding from her.
From whom?
Clockwork Smurfette. She's been following me around all day. Oh, no. You see what I mean? Thanks very much, Clockwork Smurfette, but I really think you should...
Aha! Handy Smurf! So you're the pie snatcher!
But Greedy,
You want my pie? I'll be glad to smurf it to ya!
That smurfs it! Every time you swipe something, I get caught blue-handed. I wish I never made you. Wait! Oh, gee, Papa Smurf, I didn't really mean it.
I know that, Handy, but I'm afraid Clockwork Smurfette doesn't.
Can't we break for lunch, Gargy? I'm starved.
Once those rotten little Smurfs get a whiff of my trance gas, we'll have a blueberry banquet. What have you got there, Azriel? Well, now, it looks like one of those silly mechanical Smurfs.
Forget it, Gargy. You'll never be able to fix her.
No, but I can use her to fix the other Smurfs. This is the tree those wretched Smurfs call the Great Oak. Sooner or later, some of them are bound to pass by. And when they do, they'll find this bubbly blue booby trap.
Clockwork Smurfette! Clockwork Smurfette! Where are you? Don't worry, Clockwork. We'll find her. Clockwork, look! This looks serious. Oh, she's not ticking. Easy, Clockwork. We've got to get her back to my workshop.
Yes, that's right. Take her back to the village, you fool.
Jittering jackrabbits, Pappy Smurf! Is Clockwork Smurfette gonna be all right?
Please, my little Smurfs, calm down. Handy is smurfing everything he can for her.
All right, Clockwork. I'm gonna open her up. Huh? What are all these baubles doing in here?
Hey, look! Look at those bubbles! What are they? Bubble and bullfrogs!
Great Smurfs, what are these?
It appears the Smurfs have received my special delivery spell. Now to get them in my stew pot. Calling all Smurfs! Calling all Smurfs! Come to the Great Oak on the double!
Sleepwalk and slugs, I must go to Great Oak!
I must obey!
I must go to Great Oak.
That's it! That's it! Come to Gargamel!
Our master calls.
Oh, I must obey. Motheroo, me too!
Gosh, I must obey.
Screwball, keep stirring that stew!
I'm stirring.
That's it! Step right up the ramp!
Up the ramp! Motheroo, up the ramp!
That's it! Step right up, my tasty blue zombies! What in the world? You mechanical menace!
Yours, Gargamel!
You've messed up my meal! I've got you now!
Great Smurfs! How did we get into this stew? Foil and bedbugs, Pappy! We're trapped!
Sweet dreams, Loghead.
Good work, Scruple. That ticking trespasser almost saved his basting blue friends. I see my trance bubbles have worn off.
Trance bubbles? So that's how you got us here.
Yes, and you'll be remaining for dinner. Mine.
Uh-oh. We got more company, Gargy.
That's it, Scruple. Stop her.
Stop her! I can't even see her!
Oh, no, you don't. Keep away from my Smurf smorgasbord. Scruple!
Oh, I'll take care of that gear-grinding female.
And I'll handle her wind-up admirer. Now, get him! Huh? Whoa! Oh, no! We will obey!
Gargamel, Scruple, return to your hovel.
Return to hovel.
After all they did, we should have told them to go jump in a lake.
Go jump in lake. We will obey.
Well, I guess that Smurf's care of that.
That's Smurfing Clockwork!
Azrael, go to Gargamel.
I hate those little blue beasts. Scruple, this is all your fault for making that mixed-up spell.
I sure wish there was some way we could give you two our thanks.
Handy, you've given them each other. That's Smurfy enough.
So long, lovebirds! Have fun!
Say hello to King Gerard for us.
And don't forget to check your oil! Oh, Papa Smurf, I hope I won't have to make any more repairs for a long, long time. Except little ones, that is.
Oh, Papa Smurf, isn't it wonderful? Every Smurf is having so much fun preparing for Clockwork's Build Day banquet.
Well, almost every Smurf.
Now, according to Brainy's first guide to better banquets, you should move the table 2 feet to the left.
I hate 2 feet to the left.
No, make that 1 foot to the right.
Oh, gosh, I never remember which is the right and which is the left.
Whoa! Ow! I didn't mean my right foot.
Everything looks perfectly Smurfy for Clockwork's Build Day celebration.
Well, he certainly deserves it.
Yeah, Clockwork's always ready with a helping hand.
No Smurf or machine is a bigger help than me, and I'll prove that I'm the most helpful Smurf by lending you all a helping hand using my latest book, Brainy's Brilliant Helpful Hints.
Well then, how about helping me out with these plates, Brainy?
Always glad to help a fellow Smurf, Greedy. Now, one plate should be set over there, and one over there, and...
Whoa!
Being helpful is such a thankless job.
That's the way to Smurf it, Clockwork.
Congratulations, Handsy. It's your turn to receive a helping hand from Brainy Smurf.
Well, thanks, but no thanks, Brainy. I've already finished Clockwork's annual checkup, and I've adjusted Clockwork's writer's block so that he can write 3 times as fast.
Why would that imitation Smurf need to write?
To help King Gerard write all his proclamations. It's my birthday gift to Clockwork.
Maybe that silly conglomeration of nuts and bolts can do something meaningful after all. Like writing my next book. And to help prevent writer's cramp, I'll just lube him up with a little oil.
Brainy, stop!
Nothing like a little oil to moisten the complexion. Yay! Some Smurfs don't realize how hard it is to find good help these days. But I'm sure Greedy will welcome a helping hand. Greedy, 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 this is your lucky day. Greedy? I guess he's not home. No matter, I'll just lend a helping hand without him. Lucky I came along. This cake looks awful. A little yeast ought to smurf it back to size. Thanks to my expert help, Greedy's cake will be as good as new.
A pinch of rooster root, a dab of fidget fern, and a dash of wahoo oil.
How's your experiment going, Papa Smurf?
Not very well, I'm afraid. I've been working on this lava leveling formula for days, but it's still not right.
I know what you mean, Papa Smurf. This muffin recipe I've been working on isn't cutting the mustard either. Why, that's it. It needs a pinch of mustard.
I'm going to have to pay a visit to the Wizard's Library in order to complete my formula.
The Wizard's Library? Gee, I'd sure like to check out a few of their magic cookbooks.
Sorry, Greedy, but you must be certified by the Board of Wizards to get your library card. The Wizard's Library contains the most powerful spells in all the world. Oh, and Greedy, be sure no Smurf touches my formula while I'm gone.
Sure thing, Papa Smurf. Gee, I hope Papa Smurf gets back in time for Clockwork's Build Day banquet. Back already, Oh, it's just you, Brainy.
Where's Papa Smurf? I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have my expert help with some complex experiment.
Papa Smurf just left for the Wizard's Library.
The Wizard's Library? Someday, the brilliant quotations of Brainy Smurf will be enshrined in that mysterious temple of knowledge.
Oh, gosh, Grady, come quick! There's a giant cake raising the roof off your house!
I don't understand. What could have gone wrong? I followed the recipe exactly.
Looks like my helping hand gave Greedy's cake a real lift. And it looks like Papa Smurf's experiment could use my expert help, too.
Oh, gosh, Grady, what are we gonna do?
Dig in, clumsy. We're gonna have to eat our way out of house and home.
Now that's a fluffy cake. Oh, no. Oh, no, I've ruined Papa Smurf's spell book. And that means I'm ruined. Unless I can duplicate the book before Papa Smurf returns from the Wizard's Library. And I know just how to do it. Add ground turnips to a pound of flour and garnish. There! It's as good as new, and Papa Smurf will never know the difference. Yes, well, I'm not exactly sure what each of these magic spells does. Perhaps it wouldn't hurt to test them in the forest so we can find out.
wizard's library would be full of useless information if not for the forbidden room where the archives of evil are stored. And once I've absorbed all the powerful evil knowledge in the archives, nothing will stop me from taking the Smurfs' long life stone and achieving immortality.
This looks like a good spot to test out Papa Smurf's new spell book. Let's see, it says beat 2 eggs. Then whip. These spells are brutal. Gee, I wonder how long I'm supposed to keep whipping these poor eggs. I've obviously discovered the spell for making a tree fall. We'd better be more careful next time. These spells are very powerful.
Ah, there it is. The archives of evil.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, I want to get in there.
I'm afraid that's out of the question.
I'm not asking. I'm telling. Yeah.
Huh? Oh, no! He's entering the archives of evil! No! Stop him! Stop him! Who was that hooded hiccupper?
Once I absorb the evil from these books, I'll be so powerful, I'll be able to summon the Smurf's long life stone to me. Not to mention getting rid of these confounded hiccups.
There's the evil intruder.
Get him! I'm afraid the library will be closing early today. Soon, the long life stone will be mine. Mine!
I can't find Clockwork anywhere.
And I'm worried about Papa Smurf, too. He's still not back from the wizard's library.
That's terrible.
Oh, gosh, it looks like Brain is missing, too.
That's what I like about you, Clumsy. When things seem the gloomiest, you always look on the bright side.
In order to be certain Papa Smurf's new spellbook is working properly, I'd better cast one more spell. Drop 2 ripe apples in water. Then shake. Wow! Yes! I must have found the spell for summoning alligators! The spells in this book are much more powerful than I thought.
My word! What could have done this to the wizard's library? Great Smurfs! Someone's broken into the forbidden archives of evil. Nemesis.
It must be my lucky day.
No! Stop!
The Smurf is sure to know where the long life stone is hidden.
You'll never find out where the long life stone is from me!
Oh, but I will. I will. It's time to retrieve the long life stone. Now tell me where it's hidden.
Never!
Never say never! I now hold this Smurf's memory in the palms of my hands. Lefty, you stay here and get a grip on that Smurf, while my right-hand hand fetches the long life stone. That's right, Lefty. Give the Smurf a big hand.
I think we've waited long enough. I know I have. Oh.
Well, I think Hefty means we should all lend a hand and start looking for Papa Smurf, Clockwork, and Brainy.
Oh, gosh, it looks like a hand is being lent to us.
Oh, no! It's got the long life stone! I'll show that rock robber who's got the upper hand! Gotcha! Unhand our long life stone!
Go on, oh, dear! It's getting away red-handed!
Greedy, you wait here for Papa Smurf. Okay, I'll hold down the fork. The fort. The rest of you Smurfs, follow me. We've got to stop that hand.
So we're a little late for your party. You don't have to beep your head off or knock mine off. Hey, where's that hand going with the long life stone? The long life stone! Look out!
Well, thanks, Smurfness. You're all right, Clockwork.
Clockwork, do you think you can stop that pilfering palm?
Go get him, Clockwork!
Are you okay, Clockwork?
Fear not, I, Brainy Smurf, will save the day. By causing a tree to fall on that hazardous hand.
Oh, gosh, what's wrong with Briny?
Nothing, Clumsy. As usual, Brainy's got egg on his face.
I don't understand. It worked before. I must need a stronger spell.
Let's stop wasting time and get that stone stealer.
Place fresh vegetables in a bowl and toss. I guess I need more practice. Hey, wait for me!
You'll never get away with this, Nemesis!
Oh, but look how wrong you are.
You're making a big mistake, Nemesis!
Oh, I can feel the power already.
Oh, no! Nemesis has Papa Smurf!
Don't come in here, my little Smurfs! It's too dangerous!
Be careful, Clockwork!
They don't really expect this silly toy to stop the most powerful wizard in the world.
Clockwork! What have they done to you?
You may now release the Smurf. At last, I have the long life stone, and soon I'll be immortal. Thanks for coming in so handy, old Smurf. Now that I have my hands on the long life stone, I don't need you hands anymore. So be gone! Immortality, here I come!
Oh, dear. Papa Smurf, are you all right?
I'm afraid none of us will be all right unless we can find some way to stop that evil...
Papa Smurf, I brought your spell book.
Good work, Brainy.
Way to go, Brainy!
Brainy, you've saved our Smurfberry jam.
Smurfberry jam?
Brainy, I thought you said this was my spell book.
It is, sort of. You see, your spell book had a little, accident. So I made this magnificent copy. Oh, but don't worry, I personally tested the spells, and I can assure you they're incredibly powerful.
But this isn't my spell book, it's Greedy's cookbook.
I thought there was something funny about that zucchini spell.
No, Brainy, Nemesis must never see this book. It contains thousands of years of Smurf secrets.
It does?
Yes, powerful spells that must never fall into evil hands.
Give me that book.
You can take the long life stone, but this book is too powerful even for you.
Bring me that book.
Please, no, not the book.
After I drain this book, I'll be all powerful. All powerful. I now possess pure ignorance. What's happening to me?
Take cover, my little Smurfs.
Oh, no! I've been tricked! No! Come back!
Look at him.
Well, it looks like Smurfy goodness has triumphed once again. Nemesis thought he was absorbing powerful magic, but Brainy's book was so full of pure ignorance, the evil knowledge Nemesis absorbed fled for its life.
In other words, I, Brainy Smurf, once again saved the day. Naturally, I knew what I was doing all along.
My power! My beautiful evil power!
It's all gone now, Nemesis, so hand over the long life stone.
I may not be the most powerful warlock in the world, but with your long life stone, I'll live the longest.
Let's get him!
Come and get it!
I can't stand to look at him!
There are some advantages to being hideous. This ought to melt your circuits for good, you bag of bolts! Huh? Put me down, you gear grinding gizmo!
I'll be back!
Hooray! Clockwork!
Golly, Clockwork, how come you weren't scared of that mean, ugly Nemesis?
You see, Clumsy, Clockwork was built to see only the Smurfy goodness in everything, so Nemesis' evil ugliness didn't affect him.
Hooray for Clockwork!
Well, now that the long life stone is safe, we can return to honoring our special hero.
The honor is all mine, for as you all know, I, Brainy Smurf, am always ready to lend a helping hand.
In that case, Brainy, would you mind getting the cake out of the oven for me?
You see, no Smurf can get by without my expert help.
By the way, Greedy, where did you get the recipe for the cake?
Why, from my cookbook, Papa Smurf.
But if Brainy had your cookbook, then you must have gotten the recipe out of my spell book.
Well, I guess now we we know the recipe for getting rid of Brainy.
Trip and dragonflies, what a storm! Yeah. Say, reporter, it must be an important story if you're printing it up in this rain.
You said it, Snappy. Inquiring Smurfs will want to know all about Handy Smurf-tastic wind-powered printing press.
Well, hurry it up already, reporter. I'd like to print my memorable moments with Brainy Smurf sometime this decade.
Hang on, Brainy. I'll see what I can do to speed things up.
I think you've done quite enough.
Well, look at the bright side, Brainy. Now you have an incredible new chapter to add to your book.
Very funny.
The storm's getting worse. I think we'd better Smurf inside.
Nonsense. My book cries out to be printed. Besides, this will all blow over soon. Oh, no. Now I'll never be able to print my prize-winning publication. The Smurfs are going to be devastated.
I'm sure Handy will fix the printing press when he gets back from King Gerard's.
All right, Gargy, let's see this hot new invention of yours, because I'm getting cold.
Patience, you doubting drips. Feast your eyes on my skate and bake Smurf snare, because soon I'll be feasting on those little blue bonbons. My device not only traps Smurfs, but it'll toast the tasty tidbits at the same time.
Sort of a meal on wheels, huh, Gargy?
Shocking, isn't it?
Positively hair-raising.
As you've learned, this iron rod attracts lightning from miles around. Now all we have to do is attract some Smurfs.
You Clockworks will be in tip-top shape after I smurf you back to the village for your annual 10,000-mile checkup. Don't worry, you two. My Handymatic lightning-proof umbrella will keep us safe.
But not safe from me, my soggy little snacks.
Gargamel! Clockworks, run!
Oh, no! I would have to wind up with wind-up Smurfs. Whoa! Let me down, you miserable mechanical meddlers! Where's that addle-brained apprentice Scruple?
Here I am, Gargy.
Well, don't just stand there, you gaping goofball.
Good idea, Gargy. I'm gonna run. Yeah, I'm out of here.
Clockwork! Are you all right? Can you stand up? Here, let me help. Ouch! Well, I don't like it either, Clockwork Smurfette. We have to find a way to get Clockwork back to the village and cool him down. Well, that's the first step.
So how did it happen, Handy? You think you can fix him, Papa Smurf? What does it feel like, Clockwork? Whoa! This is one story that's too hot to handle.
Easy, Clockwork. A cool quart of oil should lower your temperature.
He's still steamed up, Papa Smurf. What do we do now?
I don't know, Handy. We'll just have to try something else. Great Smurfs! My favorite rocking chair. I know it's not your fault, Clockwork, but perhaps you'd better wait outside, at least until Handy and I can find a way to cool you down.
Pins and needles. How am I ever gonna dry laundry in this wet weather?
Why, Clockwork, what's wrong? You're looking kind of blue. Actually, more orange. Wow, that's hot stuff, Clockwork.
Yoy! Talk about dry cleaning.
Say, I could sure use your toasty towels back at my place, Clockwork.
Hey, what about this load of leggings? They're still soaked.
Now you're really cooking, Clockwork. These are the best Smurfberry pancakes, or should I say handcakes, I've ever had.
Yoy, Greedy. At least let him dry one more load before you tire him out.
It says a mixture of no-spark bark and flameless fern can cure lightning shock.
But will it work on Clockwork, Papa Smurf?
I hope so, Handy. But I still have a lot more ingredients to add, and I have to hurry before Clockwork Smurf burns himself out.
Well, I'll see how Clockwork's doing.
Glowing gophers! You really light up our lives, Clockwork. Yeah, now we can play Smurf Ball all night long. Come on!
No, over here. These leggings are only lukewarm. I need him to finish drying them.
Well, I need him to simmer the Smurfberry soup.
What's smurfing on here? Clockwork is in a very unstable condition right now. By draining his power too quickly, you might cause permanent damage.
Gee, sorry, Clockwork Smurf.
Come on, Clockwork. You'd better wait in my workshop until Papa Smurf finishes that formula.
I bet Papa Smurf could use some of my help.
I'm sure he can handle it, Brainy.
What a day. I can't print my book. I can't help Papa Smurf. I can't help noticing that Clockwork has plenty of energy left. On second thought, maybe I can print my book. That's right, Clockwork. Follow me. I don't think Handy will mind if I use just an itsy smurfy bit of your power. That's it, Clockwork. Your energy is really revving that press. Clockwork, are you all right? I'll take that as a no. Oh, and those books were hot off the presses, too. Clockwork, I think you better get back to Handy's lab. Clockwork!
Brainy Smurf, how could you?
I was just helping Clockwork let off a little steam.
Well, thanks to you, Clockwork's hotter than ever.
And we must find him and sprinkle on this formula before he burns himself out.
Yes, Scruple. This new attachment will make my improved skate and bake Smurf snare a surefire success.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about those two Clockworks who clobbered you?
This super-duper Smurf sweeper will take care of them.
Sure, Gargy. I'll believe it when I see it.
You're right, Scruple. Seeing is believing.
Oh, Clockwork Smurf! Sad-eyed sparrows, don't worry. We'll find Clockwork Smurf. I hope.
Say, that sounds like Clockwork Smurf. And I found him.
Guess again.
Gargamel!
Run, my little Smurf! Whoa!
Now this is what I call a clean sweep.
You forgot one, Gargy, and she doesn't look happy.
I'm ready for you this time, you mechanical misfit.
I've got to admit, you're on a roll now, Gargy.
Let us go! Please, Pappy Gargamel!
Any second now, a bolt from the blue will light my little blue barbecue. So, I was wondering when you'd show up. Take that.
I'm not getting scorched by that spring-loaded Smurf. I'm out of here, Gargy.
Smurfaroo! Clockwork's burning mad!
But he's drained his energy too fast.
That sizzling shrimp short-circuited. Now he's just a useless bag of bolts like his wind-up friend. And I can get on with my dinner. Yay! I hate Smurfs!
Eating fireflies, Pappy! He's not moving!
Clockwork drained all his energy to save our lives.
He'll be
I don't know, my little Smurfs. I just don't know.
How much longer till we see some results, Handy?
Oh, I've smurfed all I can. Clockwork just won't respond.
If I hadn't hooked those printing press cables up to Clockwork, he'd still be alive and clicking.
The cables. Perhaps we can use them to produce enough energy to reactivate Clockwork.
It just might work.
And why not? It's my idea.
It's not working. We can't turn the windmill fast enough.
We must all try to push harder, my little Smurfs.
Look at Clockwork. He's alive! Yay!
And so, every Smurf working together gave Clockwork the spark of life.
Thanks to Brainy Smurf. And make sure you spell my name right. Wow!
Well, looks like Brainy finally made the front page.
Very funny.
Your heart is as good as gold, Clockwork. Of course, that's because it is gold.
Handy, handy, handy. Why must you always act like Clockwork is a real Smurf? Any Smurf can tell you that he's just a machine.
Quiet, Brainy. You'll hurt Clockwork's feelings.
Feelings? Machines don't have feelings.
Don't be too sure.
Well, if you ask me, you've got a screw loose.
I didn't ask you, and I'm not the one with the loose screw.
This is perfect, just perfect. Once I impress the dean with my lizard collection, he'll have to let me back into wizard school, and I'll finally get out of this wretched place.
Make way for the Smurf Scooper Cycle!
Ah! My lizard collection!
Why waste your time collecting lizards when you could be catching Smurfs?
Smurfs, Smurfs, Smurfs! Is that all you ever do? Talk about Smurfs?
No, sometimes I dream about Smurfs.
Smurfs! That's it! There's no way the dean will refuse me once he sees my Smurf collection.
Keep up the good work, Clockwork.
My special dinner tonight will be abso-smurfly delicious.
Too bad you won't be able to taste it. Hey, watch what you're smurfing.
Now, Brainy, I'm sure it was just an accident. Why don't you take a rest, Clockwork? After all, this celebration is for you.
There you go again, Handy, treating that bumbling bundle of bolts like a real Smurf.
Here I come, ready or not.
Gargamel!
Smurf for your lives!
Hey, look out, you little blue.
There goes Gargamel!
Yeah, but here comes Scrupo. Maybe Gargy does have the right idea about catching Smurfs. This is fun. Hey, what kind of Smurf are you? Whoa! Zounds! That's one tough Smurf. Well, now, what have we here? Looks like this broken down Smurf needs a little fixing. And I'm just the one to do it.
Hey, where's Clockwork?
Gosh, I thought he was with you.
Well, I better go back and look for Clockwork.
Clockwork. He's nothing but a worthless piece of junk.
Ha! This little contraption is worth its weight in gold. Once the Dean sees this, he'll beg me to come back to wizard school.
Just what I thought. It's that mechanical Smurf they call Clockwork. But what's he doing here? He belongs to King Gerard.
Not anymore. He's mine now. Ta-da!
Huh? Here, let me take a look. No wonder it doesn't work, you dunderhead. There's no heart.
What's it need a heart for? You've been doing good or bad without one for years.
Well, I'm going to give this little wreck a new heart. A heart of stone.
You've done it! It works! After I show Clockwork off at school, he can do the picking up around here instead of me.
Wrong, you lazy little lout. Clockwork is going to help me pick up around Smurf Village.
And thanks to me, Brainy Smurf, we managed to escape Gargamel and...
That's not true, Brainy. Clockwork was the real hero.
Greedy's right. If it wasn't for him, we might have all been caught. Oh, poor Clockwork.
No, Smurfette. I'm sure Handy will find him. Really, Papa Smurf, I don't know why every Smurf is making such a big fuss over a mere machine. Handy can always make another one.
You may be right, Brainy, but Clockwork is still a Smurf, and Smurfs must stick together.
Oh, thanks, Smurfness, you're back.
Great Smurfs!
This time Clockwork has really flipped his gears. I hate flipped gears.
Oh, gosh! Handy Smurf Bear Picker sure works good! Too good! Oops!
Too bad that mechanical Smurf got away. I had my heart set on showing him to the Dean.
Your heart? Ha! That's your problem. You can't expect to be a really evil wizard like me unless you're heartless. Well, look who's back. It seems our little toy soldier didn't desert us after all.
Gargamel!
I should have known you were behind this.
That's right, and soon you'll be behind this.
Where is every Smurf? First I lose Clockwork, and now I've lost the whole village.
I don't care what any Smurf says. A real Smurf would never betray his fellow Smurfs.
Oh, Gargamel, you really are heartless.
True, so true, my little tasty. But if I did have a heart, this would be such a heartwarming sight.
Aw, don't cook them, Gargy. I want to stuff them for my Smurf collection.
Too bad. I fixed Clockwork, and now I'm going to fix a nice Smurf lunch and stuff my face.
If only this mechanical menace would catch a few more Smurfs for me. Wow! There he goes again.
Golly, I guess I'm just lucky Clockwork didn't catch me, too.
I still can't understand why Clockwork has had such a sudden change of heart. Well, maybe these tracks will lead us to the answer.
Golly, look what I found. It's the prettiest rock I've ever seen.
Mumsy, how can you think of rocks at a time like this? Wait, that's no rock. That's Clockwork's heart of gold.
Oh, gosh, and it's still ticking.
No wonder Clockwork's been acting so strange. I gotta get his heart back to him right away. If only we knew where Clockwork was. Clockwork!
Sit tight, my little bonbons. Lunch is almost ready.
I'm surprised at you, Gargamel. You should never eat Smurfs for lunch. You should eat Smurfs for dinner.
Papa Smurf!
And I'm sure with Greedy's help, we could make you a great meal.
Oh, really?
It's simply a matter of adding the proper seasoning. A pinch of parsley, a little pepper, a dash of salt, perhaps a clove or two, all smothered in butter. Of course, if you aren't interested in having the meal of a lifetime...
No, it sounds so good. I can hardly wait. But I will.
Papa Smurf, do you really think it's Smurfy to encourage him like that?
Don't worry, Greedy. I'm only stalling so we have time to come up with a plan.
Thanks, Smurfness. What's the plan?
I'm afraid that's something I don't even know yet.
Gee, Handy, isn't there anything you can do?
I'm afraid not, Clumsy. We're in Clockwork's hands now.
Gosh, that's what I was afraid of.
Hiya, Clockwork. Remember me, Handy Smurf? I helped put you together, remember? I'm your best friend. Clockwork?
Oh, come on, Gorgie. Can't I have a couple of your Smurfs to take to school? You got a whole cage full.
We'll talk about that after dinner.
But you're gonna eat them all.
Yeah, that's right. And speaking of dinner, I'm starved.
We're almost ready, Gargamel.
Woo! That sure is spicy spice.
Greedy, you've just given me a great idea. Look,
This ought to spice up your Smurf sauce, Gargamel.
Ooh, I can't wait to taste it.
Then why wait? Time to serve the goodies. Smurf after me.
So, thought you'd escape, did you? Not while my tummy is empty.
Deja vu! It is Clockwork! Yeah, and he's brought 2 Smurfs for me!
Not quite, you whining wimp. Those 2 look too tasty to share.
Sorry, Gargamel, but we really can't stay for dinner, and you can keep your old heart of stone.
Ouch!
Come on, let's Smurf out of here.
Stop, you little blue! What in the...
Hey! Oh, now, Clockwork! You don't need to get upset! Oh, I hate those Smurfs!
And so, after I replaced Clockwork's heart of stone with his own heart of gold, he was as good as new. But no matter what kind of heart he has, Clockwork will always be true blue. Isn't that right, Brainy?
Oh, I suppose. Take it easy, Clockwork. Take it easy.